Bean is one of a kind. Most farm dogs are really into work, but Bean just wants to sleep and eat. And everybody on the farm knows that Bean's going to come along, but he's not going to do any work. And if we stop and we look around, he's not going to be there because he's probably taken himself home. He comes home and sits on that chair. Bean decided that he was going to sleep on there every day, and I just had to give up. When I first saw Beanie, it was on a Facebook ad. And he was literally the cutest, most squishy thing I've ever seen in my life. And I just was like, yeah, this is going to happen. So from that day, we just hit it off. There's no stigma around bulldogs that they could be aggressive towards other animals, but he doesn't have one bad or mean bone in his body. We've lived in a couple of places. Our first farm, we had about 40 acres. And he was just overwhelmed. So he pretty much just didn't leave the doorstep. But we pretty much introduced him to the cows and the horses since he was a baby. Even with the chickens, who often fly over into his yard, he's very calm. One of our Highland cows, he was a little bit unsure, but the cow came up and licked him. And he was just like, yeah, okay, I can do this. And I actually bought a bulldog and a German Shepherd puppy at the same time, which is a little bit crazy. So they grew up together. So every day they'll get into our little 4x4 Polaris buggies, and we'll just go and drive through the paddocks and throw out the feed. Wolf will actually be really alert and be watching the animals and be on guard, and Bean snoring. But as a supervisor, well, he can actually be a little bit bossy. He wants everything done quickly so that he can get back to dinner. That's his whole motivation. Now, having said that, he's pretty compliant. He actually is so willing to please, and he actually loves everybody. He is everybody's friend. It's really hard to be sad when you're around Beanie because he's just full of love and happiness and life. It wouldn't be the same without Bean. Even in his way that he just wants to be lazy.